Spill your soul and she'll yawn. Crazy, right? Most bet open books bind her, but diner text lost her fast. She needs a riddle, not your map. Wondering why she drifts? Stick around. 5 sharp turns unravel a secret to keep her guessing till the end. Imagine you're walking through a crowded room when a stranger locks eyes with you, not with a fleeting glance, but a gaze that lingers, heavy with something unspoken. She's poised, radiant, the kind of woman who seems to command the air itself, yet her look isn't one of dismissal. It's a flicker of curiosity, as if you're a riddle she can't solve. What pulls her in? Not the polished words you rehearsed or the suit you wore to impress. It's something deeper, something you didn't even know you carried. Attraction, you see, isn't a ledger of logic tallied up with charm or status. It's a current, wild and emotional, flowing beneath the surface of what we think we control. Most stumble here, tossing out compliments or flexing wealth like coins in a well, hoping for a wish granted. But the Stoic Marcus Aurelius once mused, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." What if the real draw lies in that quiet strength, a spark that doesn't beg to be seen? Picture a man who doesn't chase the spotlight but stands firm, unshaken by the noise. A mystery unfolds there, tugging at her without a word. Why does this stir the soul when flattery falls flat? The answer hides ahead, coiled in shadows will unravel together, piece by piece. Lesson. True attraction isn't in what you show, but in what you hold back. Emotions stir where reason falters, and the mind follows where the heart dares to wander. The air shifts as she strides past, confident, untouchable, a fortress of grace that turns heads without effort. You've seen men crumble, offering flattery like tribute to a queen, yet she barely blinks. But then, in a quiet moment, her mask slips, just a flicker, a glance toward the horizon, as if searching for something lost. What if those walls aren't as solid as they seem? Seneca, the Stoic sage, once wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality," hinting at the unseen cracks beneath every polished surface. These aren't flaws to exploit, but windows, hidden emotional weaknesses woven into even the strongest souls. She might command a room, but deep down there's a whisper of longing, a pull toward what logic can't grasp. Most miss this, blinded by her glow, assuming she's immune to doubt or desire. They scramble to impress, piling up words like offerings, never seeing the tremor in her stillness, a hunger for something real, something that pierces the routine. Yesterday, a friend boasted of winning her smile with a grand gesture, only to watch it fade. He never noticed her eyes drift to the man in the corner, silent, unshaken, a puzzle she couldn't crack. Why him? The secret simmers beneath. These weaknesses aren't loud, they're shadows, stirring when you least expect. One man chases her light, another lets it chase him, and the difference is a thread will tug further. What moves her isn't what you'd guess, and that's the twist that beckons us deeper. Key insight. Strength hides fragility. Attraction blooms not in conquest, but in glimpsing the unseen, where vulnerability dances with resolve, waiting for someone bold enough to look beyond the surface. The room hums with chatter when she enters, heads turn, voices soften, drawn to her like moths to a flame. You expect the usual clamour, suitors vying for her nod with grand tales or eager grins. But then, an old man in a weathered coat steps forward, not with flair, but with a quiet nod, his eyes steady as stone. She pauses, intrigued, her orbit shifting toward him. He doesn't fawn or plead, he simply stands there, a stillness that commands without demanding. Epictetus, the Stoic, taught us, Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. This isn't manipulation, no strings pulled, no masks worn, but influence born of restraint. Most men rush in, spilling their worth like water from a cracked jug, thinking it sways her. They miss the truth. She's not a prize to be won by force, but a mind stirred by what's unspoken. The old man offers no flattery, yet she lingers, asking his name. Why? He wields no tricks, yet his presence bends the moment, a riddle wrapped in calm. Yesterday, a loud braggart held her gaze for a heartbeat before she drifted away. Today, this stranger holds it with silence. The twist unfolds. Power isn't in pushing, but in pulling back, letting her curiosity chase what she can't define. What sways her isn't loud, it's the shadow of intent, subtle and deep. That's the thread we'll follow next, unraveling how less becomes more. Lesson. Influence flows not from effort, but from stillness. When you master yourself, others seek you, drawn by the quiet you refuse to break. Weakness number 1. She sits across the cafe, laughter spilling from her lips as friends hang on her every word, a vision of confidence, untouchable in her ease. You'd think she's content, her world complete, but then her gaze drifts, restless, scanning the room for something unnamed. What if beneath that shine lies a craving, a hunger for escape, not from life, but into something wilder? Marcus Aurelius once reflected, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, suggesting we're all shaped by what we chase in secret. Most assume she'd choose the steady hand, the reliable voice texting good night like clockwork. They're wrong. She's not lured by comfort. She's hooked by the man who spins a tale of a storm at sea, eyes glinting with a past she can't touch. Last week, a suitor bored her with routine chatter, safe, predictable, until a stranger interrupted, voice low, recounting a night lost in the mountains. Her coffee grew cold as she leaned in, caught in his orbit. Why? It's not chaos she seeks, but a jolt, an emotional escapism that yanks her from the mundane. The twist hits hard. The loudest hearts often tire her. It's the quiet ones, brimming with untold stories, that ignite her. Men falter here, offering friendship's warmth without passion's edge, wondering why she drifts. She doesn't want a mirror, she wants a window, a glimpse into a world that hums with risk. That's the mystery pulling us forward. What stirs her isn't what you'd bet on, and the stakes rise as we peel back more. Key insight. She craves not the man, but the storm he carries. Offer a taste of the untamed, and her soul follows where comfort can't reach. Weakness number 2. She strides through the park, her presence a quiet command, every step sure, every smile measured, as if the world bends to her rhythm. Men trail behind, eager to please, offering time and flattery like gifts at an altar. She nods, polite, but her eyes skim past them, unimpressed. Then a figure by the bench, an older man, grey hair tousled, reading alone, catches her glance. She suggests a walk. He declines, voice calm. I'm content here. Her brow lifts, surprised, and she lingers. Seneca once said, he who is brave is free, pointing to the strength in standing firm. This is her unspoken pull, not to weakness, but to boundaries, solid, unshaken lines most never draw. The suitors fumble, always yes, always there, thinking it wins her. It doesn't. She tests them, cancels plans, debates a point, watching for cracks. They bend, she drifts, but this man, rooted in his own space, doesn't flinch. Yesterday, a friend chased her whims, trailing her shadow. She smiled, then forgot him. Today she circles back, asking the reader's name. The twist stings. She doesn't crave the eager, but the rare, the one who values his own ground. It's not defiance she loves, but dignity, a man who won't dissolve into her orbit. Most miss this, pouring themselves out until they're empty, wondering why respect fades. Her heart tilts toward the unyielding, and that's the thread we chase next, a puzzle of strength hiding in plain sight. Key insight. She's drawn not to those who give all, but to those who keep something back. Boundaries don't push her away, they pull her in, forging respect where surrender fails. Weakness number 3. She's at the bar, a beacon in the dim light, laughter sharp, eyes bright, drawing a circle of admirers like moths. They chatter, quick with replies, spilling their stories to hold her gaze. She humors them, but her attention frays, slipping toward a man by the wall, quiet, sipping his drink, watching the room with a half-smile. She tosses a question his way, he shrugs, maybe later, and turns back to his thoughts. Her head tilts, intrigued, a spark flaring where certainty dies. Epictetus whispered, "There is only one way to happiness. Cease worrying about things beyond your power." Here's her secret pull, not chaos, but the thrill of uncertainty, a man who doesn't lay himself bare. The others text instantly, confess feelings in floods, leaving no shadows to explore. She tires of them, their predictability a cage. But this one, elusive, a riddle, keeps her guessing. Last night, a suitor bared his soul over drinks. She nodded, then left. Tonight, she drifts closer to the wall, probing again, met with a cryptic grin. The twist lands. She doesn't want all the answers. She craves the tension of not knowing, the chase of what's just out of reach. Men falter here, handing over every card, thinking it binds her. It doesn't. She orbits the one who lets silence hum, who dangles mystery like a lure. What hooks her isn't the obvious, and that's the pulse driving us deeper, a dance of doubt and wonder unfolding still. Key insight. Certainty kills her fire, uncertainty lights it, offer a glimpse, not a map, and she'll follow the thread of what she can't yet grasp. Weakness number 4. She stands amid the festival's chaos, lights flashing, voices clashing, her poise a steady flame in the storm. Around her, men hover, asking, "What next?" or "Where to?" Their indecision a soft plea for her lead. She smiles, but her eyes roam, landing on a figure cutting through the crowd. A man with a lantern, striding toward the riverbank, purpose in his gait. He doesn't glance back, doesn't ask, he simply moves, and she follows, drawn like iron to a magnet. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." This is her quiet craving, leadership, not loud, but resolute, a man who carves his path. Most stumble here, trailing her whims, waiting for cues, thinking flexibility wins her heart. It doesn't. She tests them, tossing choices their way, watching them waffle. They fade, but this man decides, sets the lantern down, declares, "We'll watch the boats from here." And she stays, captivated. Last week a suitor deferred every plan to her. She drifted off mid-sentence. Tonight, the twist strikes. He disagrees on the spot, picks a quieter one, and she laughs, hooked by his nerve. It's not control she seeks, but conviction, a compass when the world spins. Men miss this, bending to please, wondering why she slips away. Her soul leans toward the one who stands tall, and that's the riddle we chase next, a strength that shifts the tide. Key insight. She doesn't follow the follower, but the guide. Lead with quiet certainty, not permission, and her heart aligns where weakness dares not tread. Weakness number 5. She glows at the gallery opening, elegant, surrounded by admirers hanging on her every quip, their eyes pleading for her favor. They orbit her, cancelling plans, tailoring their nights to hers, as if she's the sun of their small world. She smiles, gracious, but her gaze slides past them, catching on a man across the room. Brush in hand, lost in his canvas, oblivious to the crowd. She drifts closer, peering at his work. He nods, barely looking up. It's not done yet. Her lips part, stunned. Seneca mused, what need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears, a nod to living for oneself, not others. Here's her deep pull, a man who doesn't need her, whose world hums without her in it. Most falter, making her their axis, dropping hobbies, chasing her shadow, thinking it binds her. It doesn't. She tires of their cling, their emptiness when she's gone. But this artist, self-contained, thriving, flips the script. Last night, a suitor cancelled a trip to stay near her. She forgot his name by dawn. Tonight, she lingers, asking about the painting, met with, "Come back tomorrow if you want." The twist cuts. He's not cold, he's full, a universe unto himself, and she's the one chasing now. Men miss this, pouring their worth into her, wondering why she drifts. Her heart tilts to the one who stands alone, and that's the spark we'll unravel next. A secret too potent to ignore. Key insight: she doesn't want your worship, but your fire. Build a life that shines without her, and she'll seek a place in it, drawn by what she can't own. She's there, radiant in the market's bustle, her laugh weaving through the clamour as men circle, eager to catch her eye. They offer quick smiles, predictable lines, safe, steady, sure she'll bite. She doesn't. Then a stranger passes. Weathered coat, gaze distant, pausing only to trade a cryptic quip about the wind. She turns, intrigued, her orbit shifting. Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. Here's the secret unveiled. To stir her, don't chase, craft yourself. Step off the script, skip the instant reply, let silence hum. Challenge her thought, not with heat but steel. Paint a tale of a road you've walked, leaving gaps for her to fill. Last week, a man trailed her, nodding to every word. She yawned. Today, this stranger shrugs off her jest, strides away. She follows, asking his name. The twist lands hard. He doesn't bend, doesn't need her nod. His world spins on, and that's the pull. Mix the wild, miss a call, stand firm when she pushes, lead where she wavers, and watch her lean in. Most cling, offering all, losing all. But you, keep your core, your path, your fire. She'll chase what she can't grasp. This isn't a game, it's freedom, the stoic heart that frees you both. Key insight: she's not the prize, you are. Forge your own ground, unpredictable and whole, and she'll seek you, not out of need, but awe, for the man who needs no one's chains. The story unveils a timeless truth. Connection thrives not in chasing others, but in cultivating yourself. For those of us in life's later chapters, it's a call to stand firm in who we've become, our scars, our quiet strengths, our hard-earned calm. Attraction, or even respect, isn't won with loud gestures or endless giving. It flows from the mystery of a life well lived, the dignity of boundaries, and the courage to lead your own path. Like the Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus taught, real power lies in mastering your own soul, not bending to every breeze. You don't need to prove your worth. Let it shine through the stories you carry, the silences you hold, the purpose you pursue. For seniors, this means embracing the richness of your years, not as a burden, but a fire others seek to warm themselves by. Don't cling or chase, build your world, steady and full, and those who matter will draw near, not out of pity, but awe. The deepest lesson? Freedom is the truest gift, to live unswayed, whole in yourself, and in that stillness you'll find others chasing the light you never forced them to see. This is a life of meaning, not noise,